trend of losing to Collingwood consistently going to end?
We put up all our time and energy in that, and they put up that fucking shit.
Spineless, really. Didn't mean much to them. No.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Round 18, Carlton, Collingwood, at the MCG. It's the rematch. It's the chance at redemption. I'm not going to keep reminding us of what this season has been and how disappointing it has been and the like. But every so often certain games come along that I don't know if you call them games for the fans, but this one is definitely one of those games. And there's the notion of, every game's worth 4 points and it's the same approach. Absolutely fucking not. Not against this mob. It's Collingwood. It's Collingwood. Obviously, I didn't grow up in the golden era. I don't remember the golden era. I wasn't there for the premiership quarter. But I was taught by my mum, my family, those who supported Carlton in my circle, of what it meant to play against Collingwood. And I was taught the significance of the rivalry. And it's, for me, it's the greatest rivalry in Australian sport. And as I say those words, I almost feel a little uncomfortable because of how much I deep down believe that those words are becoming less and less true. And the reason why I say that is because it seems like the last few times we've played Collingwood, I haven't seen that same hatred, anger, meaningful action for 4 quarters from our group. They've let it slip. And maybe over the last few years we could say their bodies just haven't been up for it. This year in particular, let's have a look at round 2. To be honest, the rot has probably started from there. That really was the beginning of what has been 2021. I think when we played Essendon, we played with that spirit that's required, that the fans asked for. I think it was there. But make no fucking mistake about it. This Sunday, there is no more excuse. There is no excuse. There's no excuse to come out and not play in the right way against Collingwood. The end of story. They have to come out and understand what it means to play against Collingwood. Because without these rivalries, without these little extrinsic motivators, if you want to call them, that's what make the sport so beautiful. That's what make our clubs so great. Like, we have these rivalries, and finals is out of the picture and all of that. But I know that all the people that are saying that the season's dead are the same people that are in the moment. You're inherently developed to hate the other side in the moment. Once the siren sounds, you shake hands, you move on, it's all good. But in the moment, you are required to display something else, and that's what it's about for me this week with our group. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that they don't have it because of what I saw in round 2. I'm a little worried that if it gets a little too hard, they're going to lose, drop their heads and lose belief. I am. And I'm a little worried also because I know the way Collingwood go about these rivalry games and the way their language that comes out of their end from, their social media channels and even their players in interviews. I absorb every single bit of it, and I'm worried that, they take it a little bit more seriously than us. And I think I want to also touch on the notion, if you go back to the Luke Power interview that I did last week, he spoke about the players, Lee Matthews giving him his biggest lesson in that who you are off the field doesn't have to be who you are on the field. And I think that rings true so much this week because we have great humans at the club, on the field, off the field. I think our players really are good humans. I never have to worry about waking up in the morning and seeing some sort of scandal in the paper or anything like that. I think morally they're good people. I know that. I don't think that. I know that. So the challenge is, when it comes to Sunday, can they find something to take them out of who they are off the field and become, it's almost gladiatorial like we're going to the fucking Colosseum to watch a war. And that might sound a little cheesy, but that's the mentality that I take. Like when I went and watched Essendon, it was there for blood, man. And the two contrasting approaches to the Essendon game and the Collingwood game earlier in the year are the ones that it's really going to be one or the other for me. And we cannot afford, oh my God, I can't stress this enough. We can't lose to them twice in a year with the list that we have now. 2017, 2018, we had Bolton, but we'd still rise to the occasion and push them. And there was a little bit of, it's okay, you guys are a little too young. That's not the case anymore. The bodies are big enough. Collingwood are also banged up. Darcy Moore's not going to play. They've got some key injuries to key pillars there as well. They've blooded quite a few youngsters this year. And there's just no excuse. When you've got Harry, Wiedering, Walsh, Cripps, William, Sard, and the like, I think Jones will come back this week. When you've got those players, that's enough. It's going to be about the application. And, I also draw some inspiration to how North Melbourne played last weekend. There's effort, and then there's just a will to, leave it all out there on the ground. And that's all I really want to see this week. You talk about it's not even going to be about tactics this week. It's really not. It's going to be about who wants it more. That's how these games go. That's what makes them so fucking good. I want to give a big shout out to Swoop Luke, who I'm not calling out this time around. I think I've learnt my lesson. I think there's something in that as well. I don't believe that our group are going to be as fiery and as passionate about the game as what I am. So I'm not calling him out this week. I've got a lot of respect for Luke. He had the Collingwood Football Club had Paul Courier go on Swoop's version of the fan cams called Squawk with Swoop, and Lucuria spoke straight to their fans. I love that. I think it's fantastic. And I kind of wish Luke wasn't a Collingwood man, because I feel like we'd get along so well. We do the same line of work. But it's going to be fascinating. So, Luke, good luck, mate. I hope you fucking lose this week. And I hope your boys let you down. But yeah, I won't be calling him out this week. In actual fact, Luke's going to be joining Pom for the watch along on Sunday, which is it's an AFL first. We're going to have the biggest watch along in AFL history on YouTube. So it's going to be Pommy and Swoop Luke in the same room, and it's going to be streamed here on the Blue Abroad channel. If you're watching from home, I highly recommend you have the stream up with you while you watch the game. It's just going to be fascinating. The direct banter, but I want to see our boys find something. And is it too much to fucking ask for something to be proud of this year? Like, can they put in a performance that I can go ahead and say, oh, they care? The club means something to them, not their individual selves and their little factions. Like, come on. What are we waiting for? Like, at what point, when is it enough? When is it at that point where we can demand more of them without fear of being persecuted for being negative and toxic? Like, these are grown men. They're grown men. They're young men, grown men. And they've got a responsibility to carry on the tradition of the club. And if I see anyone shirk a contest on Sunday, and then be clapped off the ground, it's going to make me even more mad. Like, there has to be a hatred for the opponent this week, And I get it, it's our grand final, all of that. I don't care about the outside noise. Make it about us this week. I don't care who's playing for Collingwood. Make it about the fucking Carlton Football Club this week. Play with some passion for 4 quarters. Don't let the game turn out with the effort was there, but we didn't kick straight. The effort was there, but if we just tidy up that 10-minute patch in the second quarter, don't let it become one of those games. Take fucking accountability, please. I'm petrified of the reaction if we lose. And I hate going into games like that. Why can't we be confident in their ability? Why not? Why can I not know what I'm going to get from the group this weekend? Why? Why am I unsure? Why have we gotten to this point? Change the narrative of your fucking careers. Stand for something. Don't accept what is. Change it. Please. We have 6 games left. Do not let your heads drop, please. I mean, we've done a pretty good job in not getting blown out over the last 2 years, which, okay, fantastic. I remember 2018 and beforehand where we had 3 or 4 games in the year where we lost by 100 or more or 10 goals or more. Okay, great. But don't let that be. Don't rest on your laurels. You know? There better be a bit of fucking biffo. You know who I'm going to get it from this week? I'm going to get it from Stocker this week. That's someone I know who's going to carry the tradition. And what an indictment on the rest of them. That I'm banking on a early 20s, a guy that's in his early 20s to bring that heat. I want all of them. I want all of them to play like it means something to them. I don't want to be disappointed and talking about, oh, it didn't mean anything, that was spineless. Because that round 2 game still fucking hurts, man. That still hurts to this day. And I'm not having any of these excuses about the injuries, because they were most of the players were there in round 2. But it's about the application. So play like you know what this rivalry means to us, and the rest will take care of itself. I was so chill early in the week. And I spoke to Pom on the show on Monday, and then he reminded me, like, no, it's fucking Collingwood, man. Fuck Collingwood. So it just brings out the, it brings something out of me. It just does. Okay? And I'm not going to be someone I'm not on camera. This is who I am. This is how I talk. This is how I feel. I fucking hate Collingwood. So, anyway, how are you thinking about this game? Are you going into it with a protective cover on yourself and your emotions and what could happen if we don't win? Or are you confident? Do you have anything to be confident about? What are your thoughts? Well, share them with me in the comments below and let me gauge where you're at, and we'll go from there. I hope. It's a hope. Oh man, I'm jittery. I'm ready. I'm ready for fucking war again. We've got 6 games left, and I'm ready for them to do something for me to be proud of this year, starting from Sunday. So we'll chat in the comments, and we'll go from there. Go the Mighty Blues.